We're back at you here at 3 Point View. We're drinking beer and talking sports is what we do. Mr. Clint has this thing he does. It's called Quick Hits. Normally, how does it go, Clint?
Normally it goes, I give you a name, and you tell me the first thought that comes to your mind. But I'm going to switch it up this time, try to keep it fresh, and try to catch you off guard. So I'm going to go back into your knowledge, go back to the memory bank of your sports knowledge, and I'm going to go with jersey numbers. I'm going to give you a name, and you're going to tell me the jersey number of that player.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to suck at this.
All right? And I'm going to keep track and score.
See who's right and wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All
How much
right.
baseball you got on there?
One person. Two.
All right, that might.
What do you mean a jersey number? It could be any number.
He wants us to name the jersey.
Oh, I have
number
it
of the
detailed.
player.
All right, you ready?
Okay, throw it at me.
Joe Namath. Brandon.
12.
Brock.
I thought it was 12.
All right. You're right. Charles Barkley.
We're at
Philly
Philly
or Phoenix.
34.
Okay.
34.
Shaq with the Lakers.
34.
Yeah, because it's not 32. Because Magic was 32.
Shaq with the Lakers.
Yeah, he's 34.
Scottie Pippen. How about this? So we all say it at once so you guys don't copy each other's answers.
33.
33.
All right. The other number Jordan wore besides 23 and 45 for one game.
12.
That's right.
I know that's right.
That's right.
Damn.
Motherfucker, I know my stuff.
Rob Gronkowski.
87.
You gotta say it at the same time.
Well, I said it. What do you?
I know.
He
It's
can't
him.
talk. It ain't my fault. He
It's
drank
him.
too many beers.
Tom Brady at Michigan.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
16.
15?
Both wrong.
What was it?
10.
10.
Yeah, he's right.
All right. Dwight Howard with Orlando.
12.
You didn't know.
No.
Was I right? Was I right?
Yeah. David Ortiz.
Oh, shit. 35.
30 something. 30. I don't think it's 5. I'll go 35. Fuck it.
Nope.
Yeah, I knew it was some
34.
30. Yeah.
Close.
Derek Jeter.
2.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo with the Niners.
10.
10.
Chris Paul.
3.
At the same time. 1, 2, 3.
CP3.
James Harden.
13.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
33.
Was it
34.
34.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. 34.
I screwed up. You're right.
The dream.
I knew I screwed up right after I did it.
All right. You mentioned this earlier in your Buffalo Bills pitch. Charles Clay.
85.
That's correct. That is correct. All right. That's all I got for you.
I got a bunch of useless knowledge. I swear to God. What? How do I even remember that? Like, I can't remember the periodic table, but I can remember that stupid shit.
Yeah.
So, speaking of
Periodic
stupid,
table's so fucking important.
it is important.
Is it?
It's
I don't
life,
know what
man.
it is.
Without it, you don't breathe.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
You're a nurse. I'll take your word
Okay,
for it.
so Jonathan Martin also got some crazy shit going on in his head right now.
Once again, I'm going to make this statement. The pussification of America has got to be coming
I'm
to
gonna
a
get
peak.
you that red hat that says the Pacific Gate. Make
Just a
America
t-shirt.
make America
I don't want
great
one that
again.
says America great again because that leads to all sorts of shit. But I will come off and get a. I don't mind. I'd love to have. That's it. I'm gonna get a shirt with my face on it and it says "Pussification of America,"
And it's you.
and it's me saying.
It's
not
you.
that I'm the pussification of America. Me saying "Pussification of America." I like it. Shut up. No,
You
no,
have
no.
a picture of yourself
right.
I'm with like the bubble, like this. Me saying "Pussification of
with
America."
the bubble.
Oh yeah, with the dot.
Yeah.
bubble.
Shut up. All right.
All right.
Anyway, so we have a gentleman who is 6'5", 312 pounds, and has been bullied. Bullied to where he needed to be traded from a team. Bullied to where he's making Instagram pictures of guns and he's putting people's names and his high school and an NFL team. He's putting all this out there,
And he actually sent it to.
and he sent it out.
He sent it to 4 people.
So, with that being said, he, in my opinion, may be the biggest pussy I've ever seen. Not to keep saying the word pussy, but yeah.
So say it one more time.
I'm just saying. Like, how? I mean, you're a Stanford grad. You came from
There's
good.
different levels of bullying. So if he's an actual soft-hearted individual, kind, everything like that, and you got, I don't care how big he is, 6'5", 312, whatever the case may be.
Look, man.
Listen, we have a member of Brock's family who is a massive guy, and he is
Big
a
Jules will
gentle,
kick your
he's
ass,
a gentle
man.
giant.
He ain't taking no
He's
shit.
a gentle giant.
He ain't taking no shit.
But Jonathan Martin, he could be that individual that takes that different type of abuse because he doesn't want to hurt somebody.
Listen, and I don't want to get too in depth.
This
Here
is like
goes.
the other part of Blindside.
Kind of. Here, and this
Like
would-
Big Mike didn't flip out in this episode. You know what I mean?
This is my personal stance on some of this bullying stuff. Parents, teachers, quit protecting your children from the bully. Okay? Your kid needs to stand up to the bully. He needs to punch the bully in the mouth. We need to start toughening up some of these kids, because if you don't, what's going to end up happening is you end up with a 6'5", 300-pound pussy.
Yeah, that's why you need the bully to take his lunch money.
Well, no, you need him to stand up to a bully. There's no reason that you're 6'5" and 300 pounds and you can't stand up for yourself.
Right.
Okay.
And he's probably bullied by a girl.
I literally, I'm gonna say here, tell you a little background about me. If you don't know, these guys do know. I am a very Caucasian gentleman. I grew up in a majority black neighborhood. I was picked on quite a bit as a child. Okay, but guess what? Don't hate on the shirt, man. This red, white, and blue. It's the Pussification of America shirt right here.
Oh, God.
Make America great again.
No one's stopping this train.
Make America great again with flannels.
Flannel.
I got a bunch of them too.
So go
I wish
on.
my wife could
You
iron.
grew up.
Where,
you
is your
grew-
picture in there?
You
No.
okay? You
I'm
grew up
working
in,
on it.
You grew up in the hood. And you were such the white salt speck that if someone refers to you and they don't know you, but then I recall who you were, they'll go, "Oh, you mean White Brandon?"
Absolutely, that's definitely
Right,
been
good
referred to. But either way, what I was getting at is at some point in time, I actually had to stand up for myself, and by doing that, I don't cower into a little corner. I don't need to be defended. I can actually stick up for myself. I don't suddenly. I'm not what they call a snowflake, okay? And that's what's going on in this country, and I'm trying not to get too deep on the subject. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about this Jonathan Martin story, and with a lot of stuff that's going on in the country right now.
I really think that Jonathan Martin has really lost it. Like, he is off
He's
his
in a psych
rocker.
ward right now.
You know,
they
like,
locked his ass up.
Doing something like that, and now we just had an example of this happen a week ago at that school. That kid posted all those Instagram pictures of guns, ammo,
And then
everything
it
like
happened.
that, and then it happened, and then boom. And I think that's why they detained him and did what they did, because what he did was stupid as hell, especially for a grown man that is rich and that was playing in the National Football League. Like, why would you do something like that?
Stanford grad.
But you know what it brings me back to? Like cases like Ray Caruth from the Carolina Panthers.
Go Ray, hide in the
Remember
trunk.
Ray? Yeah, you know Ray Caruth, what he did, and now 17 years later, he's filing for custody of that kid.
Yeah. Which is
So my thing is,
another weird.
It's
my
just the
thing
crazy-
is
the
America.
craziness.
Your pussification is. I'm talking in another whole aspect of this thing. Is that
How about we say sissification?
no? I'm going to talk about
Well, it
this.
is what
I'm
it
going
is.
to talk about this.
It's
I'm
a
going to call it.
pussification.
I'm going to call it. We can't hide our cousin that we don't want to see at the barbecue. We can't hide them and tell them not to come. Because Jonathan Martin might be your cousin, you know, this person might be your cousin. Mental illness it happens. It doesn't. It isn't in the ghetto. It isn't in this. It's everywhere. It don't matter if you're 6'5", 312 pounds. Everybody in their family has one person that is dealing with mental illness. And instead of dealing with it, we kind of shun it to the backside and we don't talk about it. Back in the 1980s, we didn't want mental hospitals anymore. Why? Because the government didn't want to pay for them. So what did we do? We pushed them to the back burner. Where are these people at now? They go to prison. The prison budget has gone through the roof. The hospital budget has gone through the roof because we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to talk about it. We don't want to deal with it. Because why? Because it's different.
You know
It's
how many
we-
psych wards are out of business
Right,
now?
it's weird. It's
empty
weird.
buildings.
There's no movies like Rain Man anymore because we don't want to say that somebody's locked because they're special or locked up in a mental hospital. But I'm saying it's the fact that Jonathan Martin is different. The fact that he's a star athlete, he's been pushed through the system. They've never really addressed the issue of him and his mental health. Because why? Because he was 6'5", 312 pounds, and he can knock somebody on their ass if he really had to. But my point is, until we deal with the point that they want to blame the school shooter, okay, it was this person, it was that person, it was that. The cops did their job. The teachers did their job.
The cops didn't do their job.
what I'm saying is,
Good.
go ahead. I'm saying that
There was an armed officer in that school who ended up outside, not inside. We had teachers inside that school taking bullets for kids, but the armed officer is hanging outside scared shitless. Pussification of America, once again.
So what we've discovered in America is the places that deal with shooters and things like that are, say, prisons, jails, emergency rooms, so on and so forth. When you walk into an ER, you walk into a prison, there's a protocol you have to go to get into that system. It's sad that it has become to the point that they need to turn schools into the same type of system where it's security guard, metal detector, one
Absolutely.
entrance, badge in, badge out. You can't get in. Oh, hey, Jimmy, you want to leave? No, you can't leave. I need a teacher to get me out of there. It's going to become that, but after a while, it'll become a normality. And we'll like, hey, remember you could just walk out of school?
Yeah.
So my point is, mental health, mental illness, it goes across the realm, whether you're a pro athlete, whether you're the weird uncle, the weird cousin. And instead of just dealing with it, call somebody, get somebody counseling. That's what I think, because quit pointing fingers when this kid shoots up the school. It needed to be addressed. What they did was they expelled him and said he didn't need to be there. Mm-hmm. But did anybody ever really deal with it after that?
Nope.
What did you think happened? You think he went home and watched cartoons and everything was kosher?
Right.
No. So
drew up a plan.
He might have needed psychiatric help. He might have needed medicated, so on and so forth. I'm not saying exactly what he needs, but I'm saying it's not just the shooter in Florida. It's not just that. Jonathan Martin is a perfect example of how this happens across the board. Star athlete, every Stanford education, played for the NFL, millionaire, still mental health illness. I'm just saying, that's what I feel like is like we as a society don't want to deal with it.
What's good is that he did that and they caught him. So the stuff, it was prevented, because who knows what could have happened.
Well, the goofy thing is, multiple of these shooters have been caught ahead of time. It just wasn't, like Brock said, addressed.
No.
It wasn't addressed. Why was this addressed? Maybe because he was a celebrity and of some kind of caliber, and it kind of
profile.
It kind of hit like a little bit of a larger audience.
And when you send it to the guy who bullied you, Richie Incognito, and then you send it to the Miami Dolphins, then you send it to your high school.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, it's
Is
especially right after all this crap.
Is it ironic that the guy they don't want to talk about for bullying, his name is Incognito? No one's ever said that.
right.
Like,
he's incognito with
like
it.
if you want to watch like some sort of video and you don't want people to look at your phone, you can go in incognito.
Yeah.
Like the fact that that's his name.
The irony of it.
Like the irony of the whole thing. Real quick hits. We're gonna make this quick hits. Marcus Peters. What do you think about the trade?
I think it's great for the Rams.
Great for the Rams, depending on what all they gave.
Obviously, Kansas City, they're giving up a bunch of draft picks, no players.
They haven't announced what they're giving up
But that's
yet.
eventually what it's going to be. They're not going to give no players up. So what that means for Tremaine Johnson from the Rams is he's going to be out the door, because Peters is only, I think,
they franchised
$2.18 million for Peters. And then Tremaine Johnson's is
heading to San Francisco.
Possibly. But I think it's great for the Rams. I mean, they got a youth movement going on there, but a good youth movement.
Ryan Shazier. Do you want to see him play again?
No, I do not.
Personally, for him, no. If he wants to, how does Pittsburgh turn it down? Like, how do you come off and tell this guy?
It's just like Chris Bosh. The Miami
right,
let him
exactly.
play because of the blood clots. You know,
I understand that.
Chris Bosh had $100 million in 2 championships. You know, be like, dude, you're gonna be okay.
I mean, everything that Shazier has gone through. I mean, one hit like that again, and that wasn't even like a massive hit.
He's a
so,
bad bump away from being a paraplegic.
Exactly. So he should think about his family. He should think about the money that he's already made and go into coaching.
I'm sure the Ohio State University will take him back. Thanks for joining us this week at 3 Point View, and we'll see you next week.